Woman, 31F. I'm 31M. Dating has a male best friend. Am I just jealous? Before I get into it, I want to acknowledge the fact that this topic has been exhausted to death. Ultimately, it comes down to trusting the person you're with and their ability to set boundaries. However, I'm curious to see if the circumstances surrounding the situation warrant me to feel the uneasiness I'm experiencing. I'm a 31M, dating a 31F, for the last 4 months. We went to high school together but didn't really interact with each other with the exception of a few likes on social media. Anyway, everything has been wonderful. The only real issue so far is that I'm very busy in my career and she is on the tail end of nursing school. So our schedules allow for us to spend time together maybe once a week, briefly. To help get to know one another a little better, I suggested we try this couples app that quizzes you on how well you know your so. It has worked really well, and one of the topics that came up was about having a best friend of the opposite gender. She claimed she had no issue with it, and considering the app is formatted for multiple choice answers, I selected one of the more, depends on the situation, type of answers because I don't feel the situation is inherently a problem. After seeing my response, she said that's a good thing because one of her best friends is a guy. Well, that was about 3 months ago and I hadn't heard anything regarding the topic. But she had gone to Stagecoach with this gentleman from nursing school, as well as his girlfriend and a few other of their nursing school friends. None of this bothered me whatsoever, and I assumed, big no-no in any relationship. This was the friend she had referred to, as it was the only gentleman she had mentioned in the last 4 months. Until last night. Besides both of us being extremely tired, we went and had a nice dinner and were driving home talking about her family, and somehow the topic of location sharing came up. She knows only one person has my location and she started rattling of the various family members that can track her. She ended with, "Oh, and, insert guy's name here. We'll say Cornelius for the example." "Oh, who is Cornelius?" I asked. "That's my best friend." I was a little taken back since I had not heard that name before. "I thought your friend was, nursing buddy." Come to find out it's a guy she met at the gym last year with her then boyfriend, and he helped her through rough times when she broke up with her longtime ex last March. Furthermore, she only started sharing her location with him last week in case anything happened at Stagecoach because he's a local sheriff. After explaining to her I had made the assumption it was a longtime friend or nursing buddy. Again, assumptions are bad. She told me he had playfully asked her out a few months back, but she put the kibosh on it. But at one point she was given a key to his apartment in case something happened to him on the job so he could get his dog. She's been pretty transparent with me and I acknowledged she hadn't done anything wrong, but I told her I felt a little uncomfortable after having all the facts. Considering it's a fairly new friendship. The last thing I would do is tell someone to drop a genuine friend, but my gut is telling me to remove myself from the situation. Any thoughts? Trust your guts. You ain't jealous. My best friend is a woman. I do not have her location. I do not have a key to her place or her mine. I have never asked her out, even in jest or out drinking with our friends. You are not jealous. He is orbiting her, waiting for his chance. He is hoping she gets tipsy or needs emotional support if you guys fight so he can step in and save the day. The situation is suspect, and your girlfriend is naive. I'd remove myself. Location sharing. A key from someone who asked her out. She said no though, so it's all above board on his end. Doubt it. Nah. Oh, and his name just came up now? It doesn't sound like you're jealous, just concerned. I think it's kinda weird that you haven't met her best friend yet, so that should probably be the first move. The three of you should go out for drinks or something. I think you're right to have concerns about him since he's expressed romantic interest in her, but, to her credit, she's been nothing but open and upfront with you about him. Talk with her about why you're uncomfortable and work together on what boundaries need to be. Follow your gut if you want to be happy. Get out. Your instincts are there for a reason, to keep you safe. If you stick around, you will always wonder, always worry. She'll at some point share something or do something with him you will wish she was doing with you instead. I, 30M, made a mistake and she, 28F, left me. I need help. I, 30M, have been dating this girl, 28F, for a couple of months. It was intense and everything went well until I made a mistake that caused her to leave me abruptly. I need help. I made a mistake. For context, she invited me over, we watched a movie while snuggling and she fell asleep. It was late at night and I had no idea if she was gonna let me stay or not cause we both had to go to work early in the morning. For a moment my thoughts and anxiety got the best of me and I woke her up trying to talk about it. I ruined to mood. The conversation did not go anywhere, which led me to head back home. She left. After that I tried to make things right, but it turned into an argument and she blocked me on WhatsApp. I went into no contact and disappeared. After reflecting for a while I broke no contact after 3 weeks and messaged her on Facebook to apologize and take responsibility for my own actions and how things went. She read it shortly after but did not reply, which was fine because I expected that. I still however wanted to apologize despite that. Went back into no contact and after 3 weeks, yesterday she sent me a message on Facebook, but after 1 or 2 minutes she deleted it so I could not read what was in it. The only thing I saw was that she undid a message that she had sent. I was and still am blocked on WhatsApp. I don't know what to do. If I break no contact asking her WhatsApp what did you send, I will probably risk it was an accident, I did not mean to send anything. It could very well be an accident but it feels weird, you have to open the convo, type a message and then press send. What are the chances that this is an accident? I want her back in my life but I don't want to embarrass myself. Was it an accident or is she asking for attention? Am I getting breadcrumbed? What do I even do? Stay in no contact until I receive something significant? I am down bad at this point lol. I need advice. Thanks for your time and reading this post. What was the mistake? Real talk. Broken trust is not forgettable and arguably not even forgivable. It may be best to just move on and start a relationship that won't have it hanging over your head for the rest of your relationship life. She ended it and doesn't want to talk. You already apologized. She knows you're sorry. She doesn't want to talk. You're not being breadcrumbed. If she wants to communicate she will reach out. It's time to move on. Leave her alone. Bro, you did nothing wrong. She sounds like a drama queen who likes to blow stuff out of proportion. She did you a favor and showed who she is. She's enjoying you apologizing and groveling over nothing. Go and stay no contact with this immature brat. Should my partner, 30M, have flown over to Simi, 27F, after I received bad news? Edit to add some context. My father has had a CT scan showing a very large, suspicious mass in the lung, so now we're waiting for a plan. But basically we were told it's cancer. And I didn't travel home that weekend for a few reasons. Mainly because my father is a pretty firm dude and outright told me not to come because it's a waste of my time and he doesn't want any mollycoddling. I also work in a hospital and had night shifts that weekend, and as anyone who works in healthcare, it's not only difficult to take time off but also leaves everyone short, which sucks. Hi everyone, just hoping to hear some perspectives on my situation. Long story short, I recently found out one of my close family members has cancer. It is still being investigated so we don't know yet what is going to happen. I live on my own over 5 hours drive away from my family. I told my partner about the news on the phone on the Friday night and was very upset about it. For context, my partner and I are in a LDR for 2.5 years, from France to England, which has regular flights and is a pretty easy end-to-end journey of a couple of hours. I kind of expected my partner to fly over to see me the next day, knowing how upset I was and that I'm on my own, which is what I did for them when they received bad family news, however they didn't. Instead they went out with their friends and continued their weekend as normal. Am I being ridiculous for expecting this? We were planning to see each other the weekend after so it wouldn't be too long to wait. But I felt like I needed the support sooner, as I spent all weekend on my own upset and isolated. I probably should have communicated this directly, but I felt like I didn't want to ask because my partner should want to come over to support me without needed to be asked. All and any opinions appreciated. Too long did not read. Should my partner have flown over to support me after getting bad news? Take a look in the mirror and check your entitlement here. You're not the one with the possible cancer diagnosis. Then manage your own fears of being unheard and unseen. It's not other people's job to manage those fears. Yeah, you're being ridiculous. I used to tell my children that the only bad words are, but, and, should, there is no should. If you wanted it, you needed to ask. Your partner can't read your mind. Harboring expectations like this just leads to bad feelings, as you have learned. Edit. I'm sorry to hear about your family member. I hope it goes well. No, why would he fly over the next day? You are out of line. People's needs and wants are different. You may have done it but that doesn't mean she has to do it. Like you said, should have communicated. Should I, F27, give him, M34, a chance? Have you guys ever chosen personality over looks? I'm in a bit of a pinch because I, 27F, met this guy, 35M, online. We hit off so well. We have so much in common, even in most unusual things. And he's so respectful and amazing and everything I want in a person in every single way. We are both smart, highly educated and quite nerdy. He's also financially stable. Great relationship with his family. And he does want to get married and have kids one day, which are all big pluses for me. And also I don't live in a big city, so options are not massive. Unfortunately, when I first saw him in person, it was just a little bit of disappointment because unfortunately he was more overweight than I anticipated, more than his pictures show, and some of them were from when he was several years younger, and I would definitely say I would have been attracted then for sure back when he was fitter. And I feel horrible for feeling reluctant. Like I can see in his face the features I do like, it's like he's almost there but not quite. I probably feel more so bothered because I know I am an attractive girl, I work out and look after myself. And my exes have been either very attractive or bodybuilders. But looks over personality never worked out for me, as I need the mental stimulation of an intelligent and funny personality, which he has. Should I give a second date a chance and see how it goes, or should I just end it already here and now? If so, what would I even say? Attraction can build, and when it's based on more than just looks, it can be deeper and more long-lasting. Give it another date or two and take it slow and give it a chance. What have you got to lose? However, if you still don't feel physically attracted, then don't pursue it further. You can just say very simply, "It's been really great getting to know you, but I'm not feeling a romantic connection. I wish you the best." Don't overcomplicate it. It's less about not being attracted to him as more disappointed that he intentionally deceived you. I say go on the date, but if he doesn't absolutely charm you, move on. Going to go a bit off script for Reddit, but would you consider honestly talking with him? It's only been one date, but it sounds like you chatted a lot before the date. Tell him what you put here. You really like talking to him and feel a connection, but you consider his pictures to be a bit deceptive, and talk with him about why he chose those pictures. Maybe he is just looking for that push to get back into shape and he would love to work out with you, and that is something you could do together. Or maybe he is now a lump and it will never work out. You won't know unless you talk. If I was that guy, the first would prefer to hear your honest impressions rather than end what seems like a lovely conversation and connection. I'll take personality over looks any day. You can build attraction, you can't fix a crappy personality. I always pick personality over looks any day.